Yeah, I said one of the problems with the content that I'm creating is that I don't stick to one point. So I'm going to try and stick to one focus area. And let's see how I do. You guys tell me in the comments if I managed to pull it off or not, okay? I want to talk today about the telepathy tapes, the popularity of this concept that consciousness is existing outside of our brains and that we are receptive and receiving telepathy, specifically in the dream space. So what's clear to me is that your dreams might actually be peppering in little tidbits of telepathy, even in the mundane dream experiences of your life. And that if you just wait until you have a fully precognitive dream that's really clear and really shows you the intuition that you have potential access to, that you're cutting your potential off and you are just leaving it up to randomness. So, part of what I love about dream work is that we can't control our dreams. And because we can't control them, we actually trust them more. Like if I could, and I'm not talking about lucid dreams because I know that is a whole subsection of dreaming where you do wake up inside of the dream and sometimes you're able to have some control over the outcome. But what I'm talking about is the fact that you can design in your mind the perfect dream that you want to have tonight. And the likelihood of that actually happening is slim to none because we don't have conscious intentional control. So, what does show up in the dream space, we tend to actually believe more because our ego isn't the one that is pulling the strings on generating the dream content. So, if you've ever had a dream that came true later, I've been there. I know what you went through. It was like, holy crap, I think I can tell the future. Is that what it was? That's what happened to me. The first time I had a dream that came true, it was this very mundane thing that I could not have known was going to happen the next day, but it did. And the thing that I dreamt was about these green dresses in this performance. And in the performance, at the end of the performance, in the dream, they invited the crowd out onto the stage and we were all dancing. The next day, I went to a work event at a place I'd never been to. And when we walked into this place I'd never been to, before we got to do our work event, there was a performance going on in the school we went into. They were actually having a random assembly of a bunch of dancers in green dresses, the same green that came from my dream the night before. And at the end of the assembly, they invited everybody to come out onto the gym floor and dance. And I lost my shit. Like I turned to my coworker and I was like, I dreamt this last night. She was like, okay. And I was like, no, I don't. It blew my mind entirely. This was early on in my career of dream work. And I just was beside myself the whole rest of the day. Like, what does this mean about me? What does every dream mean from now on? Which dreams are precognitive and which ones aren't, and how can I control it? And I want more. Here's the educational piece, though, my friends. This is the part where I'm hoping this provides some helpful tip for you about how to take this dream space and expand your experience with telepathy or intuition, whatever you want to call it. It is my belief and experience that your dreams on a regular basis are peppering in little tidbits of future content, things that you're going to encounter within the next week. Not in a now we're all magical and have superpowers kind of way, and it makes you special and you need to live your life differently because of it. But in this is a natural part of being connected to the collective unconscious, to have dreams be a place where that content can bubble up and surface because you're not resisting it. it can just show up in the dream space, right? I had a dream earlier this week that was this bizarre, simple dream that didn't have a whole lot of energetic power or like emotional intensity to it, but it was a strange dream. And I was like, that was weird. And even as a dream expert, by the way, I still wake up and say that was a weird dream. I don't know what it means. More on that later. So I told my husband the dream. I was like, this was a weird one. Later that night, this was this week, we're watching a show that we haven't seen before. And in the episode of the show that night, the same like general concept, the same thing plays out that was in my dream. And what I've learned is how to just take that in stride without overreacting when it happens. I note it, I appreciate it, I speak like to it, like I mentioned it to my husband, I'm like, hey, that's psychic content. I dreamt about that last night. And then I move on because I know that my dreams are from me, to me, for me. And so the psychic content is simply, I don't want to say validation because that, I don't know, that feels like it's overused, that word, and that concept of validating. It's like a pat on the head to me, and that's not what it is. It's this intimate encounter with divinity that I have that's undeniable to me. When you have that and you know to look for it in every dream, it's not in every dream, but you know to track your dreams regularly so that you can pick up on those little drops of gold. Then when you have a big, profound one, you're normalizing your reaction to it so that you can just get about making the meaning or taking the meaning that's in it for you. So I want to do a part 2 to this video. So stay tuned, and I will put the link down in somewhere, wherever in YouTube you're supposed to put the links. I'm going to do a part 2 where I talk about exactly what to do when you wake up from a prophetic dream. If you have your own ideas, if any of this content today resonates with you, I definitely want to hear about it, because the more you share and chime in on these, the more I can tailor this content to suit this particular dream community of watchers. So thank you for watching, and yeah, sweet dreams.